So I'm going to move into my conversation with the banker. So I'm going to move to the chair and have that conversation. So first question for you, Mike. I know that community banking days are full. What time commitment did this competition take, and how well did you use that time?
Thank you. First off, just want to tell you guys what a great conference this has been. Congrats to CSBS and the Fed on a wonderful opportunity. I was very thankful to get to come. It's been a unique opportunity for me. I'm glad to be here. Carroll Bank and Trust, $614 million in total assets, rural community bank, 120 employees, 5 counties, and so thankful to be here and be a part of this opportunity to engage in these students. On the time commitment side, Rashonda, it didn't take very much of our time because this team, Tracy Crawford, who's sitting in the back there, and Mr. Clark, Mr. John Clark, they did such a great job organizing the team. Team was very organized, so it did not take a great deal of our time. We had about 1 to 2 hours in group session, a conversational format, history of the bank, strategic direction of the bank, various parts of the bank, roles that or subject matter experts or topic area experts that they would be working with in the bank. That took maybe 2 hours at the most. Then at the end of the competition, they presented their findings to us in such an excellent way. Just a great team, so very fortunate to be here with them. But they presented those findings in an excellent way. That took probably an hour and a half and 2 hours. And then individually with our team members, maybe 1 to 2 hours in the different topic areas that they worked on. Also, they were able to work with some of our strategic partners. Jimmy Sawyers of Sawyers and Jacobs. If you're looking for an IT strategic partner, Jimmy Sawyers really took care of our team last night, took them out to dinner, took care of them, showed them St. Louis. He did a great job. Dr. Ken Thomas is a consultant on branch location. He worked with the team. Also, we had Caitlin Spivey, Chris Pastina. All those members are strategic partners of ours. Chris Pastina's with Raymond James. He's a bond trader, bond guy, and he worked with them. But each of those partners spent maybe 1 to 2 hours with you guys. So, not an onerous amount of time. We were very thankful to offer the time. So it was time well spent for us.
So all the bankers in the room, he said it.
Yeah, it was time well spent.
So this morning, CSBS shared the results of the 2025 CSBS Annual Survey of Community Banks. The topics for this year's survey were centered around emerging risks and opportunities in our current financial environment. As a state regulator, I often hear our community banks talk about remaining independent, remaining viable, and remaining profitable. CSBS tracks the banker sentiment quarterly, and regulatory burden consistently tops the list of concerns among bankers. This case study also highlighted the bank's response to regulatory expectations. The student team did a great job of outlining the bank's priority of achieving regulatory compliance through well-defined policies, comprehensive compliance programs, and investments in human capital. With that being said, regulatory compliance is not cheap. The complexity and volume of regulations can also make it more challenging to maintain compliance. The student team also noted the disproportionate impact of regulations on smaller institutions, as was noted this morning, and that the cost of regulatory compliance may make it more difficult to serve customers. There is a question. From a banker's perspective, do you think that this case study competition and this level of research has been effective in increasing awareness of community banking, underscoring the impact of regulation on community banking, and attracting future talent for community banks?
Very much so. It hit on all of those things. Obviously, it introduced some potential future bankers to community banking. The regulatory burden side of it, obviously, if you're shut down, you can't do business. So you've got to maintain your regulatory compliance. They did look at that pretty thoroughly in their research report. We're very fortunate. We're a state member bank, regulated by the Federal Reserve and the Department of Financial Institutions out of Tennessee. Commissioner Greg Gonzalez, member of the Conference of State Bank Supervisors, a great guy, a leader. We've got one of the best in Tennessee. Those of you who know him.
Greg's a great guy.
We've got one of the best, and so he sets a tone of fair, reasonable, supportive, and that's the same tone that I found with the Federal Reserve, and I'm very thankful for that. And fair, reasonable, supportive, and we've been very pleased with the examination process. But vital, important, and I think I missed one. Rashonda.
Attracting talent. It was.
Talent.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the key. I mean, the bank's not the building, as these folks have highlighted. The bank's those people. And attracting quality talent and retention is harder than ever, and those relationships are what make the bank. And it's a tough job keeping that team together, but getting good quality team members like these folks that you see here that are intelligent, committed to learning is it's hard, but it's a vital piece of what we do, and we work hard at keeping and retaining those people every day. So.
We've talked a lot about the case study. I've complimented the team on their input and their analysis. Is there anything that they recommended or they discussed during the competition that you would use going forward?
I think more than that, it did for me was that, for 30 years we've been hearing, or my whole career, we've been hearing that brick and mortar are going away, and we've been hearing that a long time. And, more than anything else, it kind of validated their research, and their, uncovering our financial data and organizing our financial data really validated and encouraged me that what we were doing was meaningful. It was meaningful to the communities that we serve. So more than any unique observation that occurred, it was more their research validated what we were doing, encouraged our branching strategy, which has been successful, and then highlighted the fact that while young people or new people to banking want electronic services, digital services, stable coin, whatever the next iteration of these things are, while they want those things, when times get tough, they want to go down to the corner and walk in, and they want to see Mr. Clint, or they want to see Mr. Jordan, or they want to see Miss Jessica, and they want them to talk to them about what's going on in their life and how to get through it. And so they reiterated that for me, and that really encouraged me that what we're doing is a good work. So.
Thank you. Move on to you, Mr. Clark.
Okay.
So the students have shared what they took from the competition. What do you think they get out of the competition?
First of all, they get a good, Aaron touched on it, CSBS, and everyone that puts this on does a great job. It gives them a complex project that has meaning, it has relevance, the topic is very current in banking, and it requires them to do an extensive research paper, put it in the right format, do it the way you're supposed to do it, in academia, and then do a video, and so it's a great discipline. It also enables them to engage meaningfully with a real bank, a real community bank. And the community bank, I usually contact the CEO first, and then they have always, we've done 8 of these now, they always then look at the topic outline, and then they engage their proper management team. And so these students get to work with real people in a real meaningful way. What they get out of it too is they get to form a team. Again, that's a big part of being successful in life. And sometimes they know each other, sometimes they don't. Now, Aaron was the oddball here a little bit because, anyway, he sort of came from a different group. The 3 young ladies, I think, knew each other, maybe knew Hayden a little bit, but anyway, but they come together and they form a successful process.
Well, as an academic advisor, what is your biggest takeaway from participating in this competition?
My biggest takeaway is again the process. It's very meaningful. We look forward to the topic each year when y'all announce it, and it's been good every year. Went through COVID and interest rate rises and a lot of stuff over the last 8 years. The big takeaway is again getting to work with fine students like this, and help them learn a little bit about community banking, and getting to work with bankers. Again, they're a good group. Sometimes they're a little bit different, but anyway, challenging. But they're great to work with, and they've always been so giving of their time and attention to the students.
So I've talked to you a little bit about this. What's the secret sauce you're using? Your school has been remarkably successful in competing this competition. You placed third in 2019. You won in 2021, 2023, and 2025. So what secrets do you have to share with the room around your success in the competition?
Well, and I don't mind sharing them. Okay, okay. Success is success, and if we can help the rising tide, what is the tide rises and brings all boats up. So if we can bring community banking up, the first thing again is the structure. The secret of the success every year starts with the topic and the structure, and that comes from you all. So if that was a bad topic or didn't really fit, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work as well for sure. The second success is the students. You got to have them. And the faculty there, Dr. Cole was mentioned, and she would be here, but she wasn't able to be here today, and others. And Tracy and I, we find students, but anyway, finding, screening the students and everything, and it's that ability to do that every year. And then the bank. Again, you got to have a great bank partner, and they got to be willing to give of their time and their executive team and others. And so it works.
It's simple.
Well, it's a lot of hard work. So.